Well, Claire, as you can probably see right now, it is incredibly smoky. Firefighters here in Cahokia doing their very best to put out a big apartment fire. Nora Charlie, good morning to you. The two dead here in New Minden, an elderly brother and sister. Well, guess what? Zales Corporate agrees. The day after we contacted headquarters, Z got a call from Texas and an apology. They were only going to offer a refund if we didn't do our report. Well, that is not how we operate, and we will certainly keep you updated. Illinois Governor Pat Quinn's office tells us most state workers paid by the federal government are back on the job. Claire, I promise not to go all Miley Cyrus with this foam finger, but seeing as Miley spends a lot of time in L.A., the Cardinals are playing in L.A., and they do want to be #1 in the National League, I figured I'd connect the dots. Can't be signing for customers.
Typically, no. I mean, that's not something that we
typically or
no,
never. And Pamela got a call from a supervisor, and guess what? Problem solved. But then again, Pamela's heard that before. That officer was involved in a crash at Marcus in Carter after a high-speed chase from North St. Louis County into North St. Louis City. Despite the warning, many residents here in this town of about 300 say they will stay put. You can see the traffic flowing behind me here, and of course the cars aren't coming when I reference that. That's about my luck. Anyway, those 3 lanes are open. They've been open since probably about 4:30 this morning. Were you going to give them any sort of refund or give them their money back?
On this? Oh, no, I'm just going to give her a TV set back.
But don't
I'll give her a refund on it.
Nora Charlie, good morning to you. The two dead here in New Minden, an elderly brother and sister. This is a very small community, only about 250 people, but the damage is widespread. You can see the roof of this home behind me has been damaged, and as we turn here, you can begin to see the other damage. This is St. John's Lutheran Church. The roof destroyed, debris scattered everywhere in front of it, and then this cemetery right next to the church also destroyed. Tombstones toppled here. The debris is everywhere. The National Weather Service says it was an EF4 tornado that blew through here with wind speeds at least 166 miles per hour. We're told Illinois Governor Pat Quinn will be here later today. He has already declared this a state of emergency. Nora Charlie, back to you.
So when I deep clean a stove, I mean I literally take it apart.
Peggy Blair knows clean. She's owned her own cleaning company for decades. She also knows dirty and says she's the victim of some dirty dealing. Have you ever had a client take this long to pay you?
Never, 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 never.
Peggy cleaned for years at the fashionable Montclair on the Park apartments across from Forest Park. 2 years ago, she stopped because the owners stopped paying her.
Since then, I've had one payment in 2 years of $550 for 2 invoices, but I still have several invoices totaling $2,255 that are not paid.
And enough is enough, you want your money.
Oh yes, I definitely need my money.
You can call this the story of Peggy and Goliath. In this case, Goliath is Kohner Properties, owner or manager of 21 apartment communities in St. Louis and many more in 4 states. Kohner occupies the entire 13th floor in the University Club Tower in Richmond Heights. Wait, 13th floor? Oh, that's not a good sign. Still, I decided to pay them a visit on Peggy's behalf. Anyone who might be able to speak to Peggy Blair, Superior Cleaning Company. A Kohner officer tells me the company has around 20 staffers in the office and 200 more out running their buildings. Yet they couldn't find anyone to talk about Peggy's invoices. There's got to be someone else here who's familiar with the account. I got tired of waiting. Peggy is tired of waiting too.
It really hurt me. I had a real struggle that first year until I finally got my feet squared away, and you know, I've learned to live without it, but it would be real nice to get it.
Well, Peggy, we got better than nice. We got great. Oddly enough, on the same morning I was in Kohner's offices, someone from Kohner called Peggy to settle the score. After 2 years of waiting, Peggy is finally getting paid. In fact, she just got the first check. I'm Mike Colombo, News 4.
62 years they were married, and the one could not live without the other. I could not.
Sister Elizabeth Lakin was telling me about her sister and brother-in-law. She was visiting them in Florida this summer when they passed away just weeks apart. Having gotten their affairs in order, she shipped 2 packages of family mementos back to St. Louis with UPS. 1 box arrived, but a month later, her suitcase hadn't. She said UPS wasn't much help.
He said, don't worry about it, be patient, because you will be getting your check within the next few days. There's something wrong. And then I stopped. What am I supposed to do or believe?
I got involved, UPS got to it, and finally, we got some answers.
I do have some good news.
Okay.
In the time that you and I talked last, we found the suitcase.
You found the suitcase.
We found the suitcase.
That's great news.
Due to your call, really, we located it, and it's where any package that loses the label goes. It's called our overgoods department, and we found that, and we were all delighted, and I'm sure Sister Elizabeth will be delighted, and it's actually on its way back to her right now.
UPS said it would arrive at 10 o'clock, and sure enough, it was 10 o'clock on the dot when the big brown truck came rolling in. Call it amazing grace. What once was lost, now was found.
Well, you made the news, mister.
I'm looking for...
That's me.
Oh, great.
Don't go too far. I waited long enough for this thing. I've waited a long time.
Sister even liked the driver.
Now, this guy's more polite.
Once inside, we checked to make sure it was all in one piece.
See my Chinese face? Look at the little kids on it. You see what I'm saying? See how precious that was? I got this in China.
We're here. You've got the suitcase back. Feeling pretty good?
Oh, great. Great. Thanks to Channel 4. Thanks to Mike Colombo and his photographer. And UPS after you got after them. That's the way to do it. You got to get it.
Amen, sister. I'm Mike Colombo, News 4. We've got some breaking news into our newsroom we want to tell you about right now involving a Woodson Terrace police officer. That officer was involved in a crash at Marcus in Carter after a high-speed chase from North St. Louis County into North St. Louis City. Right now, the suspects in the car are on the run and their car is overturned. We'll follow up on that story a little bit later, both on KMOV.com and on News 4 at 5. News 4 is always watching out for your health, and that's why we want to let you know that scientists are closer to developing a universal flu vaccine. Good morning. The time right now is 8:25. I'm Mike Colombo, and you're watching News 4 this morning. We're following breaking news right now in Madison County, Illinois. Eastbound 270 is shut down after a person was killed trying to cross the highway. The Illinois State Police tell us a car and semi-truck collided just after 6:20 this morning. The driver of the car was then hit by oncoming traffic while trying to cross the highway to check on the truck driver involved in the original accident. We're told the coroner is en route to the scene. We'll let you know as soon as the highway reopens. Police are looking for 4 suspects this morning accused of a shooting last night. The victim was found lying in the street in the 4700 block of Hammett Place around 10:30. He's currently in critical condition. Homicide investigators are working the case. We will continue to look for more information and pass that along on News 4 at noon. Kent joins us now with a look at the weather. Your record on May 10th isn't necessarily an endorsement or indictment of what the rest of the season holds. If you're a basketball fan, forget Christmas. This is the most wonderful time of the year. The 2013 class brings excitement to a Rams team already bubbling with expectations for the coming season. To the Blue Jackets snap the Notes' 6-game winning streak.